So 11.2 is all about things you guys are going to love because I don't know about you, but when I go to the grocery store, I'm always trying to figure out what's the best deal. Or if you go shopping to maybe Aeropostale or Dick's Sporting Goods, if you're going there and you're looking for a new pair of shoes or new pairs of jeans, you want the price that's going to be the best, right? So a unit price is a unit rate. So remember, unit or unicycle means one, is a price that gives you the price of one item. So if you're looking over here at this rate, pretend like we're at Aeropostale, there are 3 shirts here. And if the deal for the weekend is 3 shirts for $18, we want to know how great is this deal. So in order to do this, regardless of what store you're at, you need to make this into a unit rate. So you're going to see, you're not going to say shirts per dollar, you're going to say dollars per shirt. So they put $18 for 3 shirts. Well, we want to figure out how much is in one. So by putting this as a ratio, 18 over 3, I can put this into another ratio. And I know if I want to find out how much one shirt is, to get from 3 to 1, I need to divide by 3. And then 18 divided by 3 is also 6. So they found that one shirt is equivalent to $6. So if you remember today that a unit rate is all about figuring out and a unit price how much one item costs, you will be good to go. Let's go ahead on to part 1.
To find a unit price, write the ratio with the total price in the numerator and the total number of items in the denominator. Then, find an equivalent ratio with the denominator of one item by dividing. Notice that you divide the total price by the total number of items to find the unit price. Since the denominator of the equivalent fraction is one item, you can write the unit price as a price per item.
So I always remember this as writing cost. Go ahead and put this in your notes. You always want the cost on top and the items on the bottom. No matter how much it is, you always put the price on top and the amount of items on the bottom. So you'll see here that they said that there are $10 for one book. So they know then that 10 is on top and 1 is on the bottom. By setting up your unit price with the cost on top and the items on the bottom, you'll be easily able to figure out how much is in one, which is the unit price that we are looking for. Let's go ahead on to the next slide.
A unit price is the same as a unit rate, but one quantity is always in terms of dollars and cents. That means unit prices are just a special type of unit rate. Since I know how to find unit rates, I know how to find unit prices.
So here what we need to do is remember that we have cost on the top and items on the bottom. So we're going to go through. And if a movie ticket was $30 for 5, so 30 over 5 because it was $30 for 5 tickets, I need to figure out for the unit price how much one ticket was. And I put the 1 on the bottom because I need to figure out how much one ticket is, not how much $1 is. Okay, how much one ticket is. So to get from 5 to 1, I divide by 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 30 divided by 5 is what? 30 divided by 5. So 5 times what number is 30? Well, I know that 5 times 6 is 30. So I know that a movie ticket for 1, it's $6 for 1 ticket. Okay, let's go on to the next one. A pair of jeans costs $75. So again, it's 75 on top because cost goes on top over the amount of items. So it was $75 for 3. So if I need to figure out unit price, and unit rate means how much for 1, I need to put 1 on the bottom because I want to figure out how much one pair of jeans costs. So to get from 3 to 1, I know that I will have to divide by 3. And 75 divided by 3, well, I'm not too sure what that number is, so I need to think in my head about quarters. Okay, because I know quarters will somehow come up to be 75 cents. How many quarters equals 75 cents? Well, 3 quarters at 25 cents each is 75, so I know that. But if you're like me and you need to solve it on the side, let's do that really quick. 75 divided by 3, or 3 divided by 75. 3 goes into 7 2 times. Minus 6 is 1. And I need to bring down my 5. How many times does 3 go into 15? Well, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. So $25 for 1 pair of jeans. Let's go ahead and try this next one. Pause it and try setting it up by yourself. Again, pause the video, try it yourself, and then go ahead and move on, and I will explain how I got my answer. So for this one, a birthday card costs $10 for 4. So I know that 10 will go on top because it's $10 for 4 cards. And I need to figure out how much 1 card costs. So you might be saying, well, Miss S, this isn't an easy one. There's no real number. I know I divide by 4 here to get 1. 10 doesn't go into 4 evenly. That's okay. Is that realistic? Yeah, you can go to the grocery store and something can be $3.24, something can be $3.89. So now you have to divide. Well, 10 divided by 4 will give me how much it is for 1. So let's do it down here to the side. 10 over 4. Well, 4 will go into 10 twice because 4 times 2 is 8. And now I need to add a decimal. 10 minus 8 is 2. Add a 0. Bring that down. How many times does 4 go into 20? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 gives me 20. So minus 20 equals 0. So my answer is $2.50 for 1 card. Now, you might be thinking, Miss S, how can I check my work? You can always go back in. Well, what's 250 times 4? 250 times 4 will give you 10. Okay, let's go ahead on. It says a sports car sells 5 baseballs for $12.50. What is the price per ball? I'll help you set this up. I want you to solve it on your own. So if I have $12.50 for 5, I need to figure out how much will be in 1. So go ahead and solve for that right there. When you are done, go ahead and move on with me. All right, so what is the unit price of each item? Again, we're going to do the same exact thing, but we're going to go ahead and have to take some time to solve it in other ways. So here, remember it's price over item. The pens are going to be $4.50 for 5. And I need to figure out how much is in 1. So to get from 5 to 1, I divide by 5. So what's $4.50 divided by 5? Well, $4.50 divided by 5. Go ahead and show your work with me. 5 does not go into 4, so I need to put a 0 and bring my decimal straight up. 5 goes into 45. Well, 5 times 1 is 5, times 2 is 10, times 3 is 15, times 4 is 20, times 5 is 25, times 6 is 30, times 7 is 35, times 8 is 40, 5 times 9 gives me 45. And I get 0. And bring down my 0. 5 goes into 0, 0 times. So what does this mean? 1 pen is 90 cents. Okay, show all your work for me. A pencil is $1.14 for 6. Remember, cost on the top, item on the bottom. And if I need to figure out how much is in 1, well, I know I'll have to divide by 6 to get 1. So $1.14 divided by 6, we need to do to the side. So 6, 114. Well, 6 does not go into 1, so I put a 0. Bring up my decimal. 6 goes into 11 just once because 6 times 2 is 12. So 11 minus 6 is 5. Ooh, sorry, bring down my 4. Ooh, I do not know what's going on. Okay, so now how many times does 6 go into 54? Well, I know 6 times 10 is 60. So 6 times 9 is 54. So 54 minus 54 equals 0. So what does this mean? 1 pencil is 19 cents. Okay, let's go ahead and do the paper clip. Now be careful with this one. What is the difference between these two prices? Obviously, $1.14 is more expensive than 40 cents, but how am I going to write 40 cents? Because if I just put 40 here, 40 for 50, this means $40. So how can I show that this is 40 cents? Okay, remember, show it is 40 cents by adding the decimal before it. Again, if you don't add that decimal, it's going to stand for $40. Okay, so how do I get from 50 to 1? Divide by 50. So if I have 50 out here, divided by 0. So I said 50 goes into 4 0 times, sorry. And then 50 goes into 40 times, 0 times. Okay, so then 50 goes into 400 8 times. Because 8 times 50 is 400. So my answer must be 0.008. Let's go ahead on to the next slide. And I want you to do this one on your own. So go ahead and solve.
A pack of 6 bottles of a sports drink sells for $4.50. What is the unit price of 1 bottle of the sports drink?
So remember, it's always going to be cost over item. Go ahead and show your work, and to help you out, here are some of your answer choices. When you're done, go ahead and move on, but pause your screen for now.